what is going on the planet right now. There's such incredible change happening, yes, at a very fast rate, and yes, it's making our heads spin, but the truth is the changes have needed to happen for quite a long time, and now they're happening. And so in many ways, we're all part of that beautiful new co-creation that's happening on the planet right now. Through our light, our love, our positive vibrations, we're actually helping the planet. So I want to thank you all for being on the call, for supporting us with your love and your light. And hopefully what we share today will be in some way a way to support you and bless you. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see, I'm just going to call out the different practitioners I'm seeing on the call, and I'll just call y'all one at a time to introduce yourselves. So most of you know me, Linda Galvan. I'm a spiritual intuitive. I'm a soul guide. I've been doing this work for about 10 years. I do a lot of transformational type work, mainly with women. And I assist people to get unstuck, realign to their truth, and begin moving forward, giving their gifts in the world. So I use a lot of different tools in that process. And I'm now calling myself a spiritual mystic of the Aquarian age because I bring together so many different tools that are very Aquarian in their essence. So anyway, let me go ahead and pass this on to Tina Karagulian. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. It's so good to see everyone here. So, yay, Africa. I am a Kundalini yoga instructor, like Linda Galvan, and I have worked a lot on awakenings, spiritual awakenings in my life and transitions. And so the work that I offer is to support people in that, to weave together parts of themselves. So yoga is a way to ground the body and to support you. It incorporates gong relaxation, which supports you as well to integrate lots of different energies as they come up. Breath work in the yoga does that. And I'm also an intuitive artist. You can see one of my paintings behind you. And I think there's some behind Linda too. I like to bring the healing of Mother Earth, different places of Mother Earth, through my paintings. It could be animals like birds too, or it could be a loved one too. So there's a sense of awakening our interconnectedness and love that we have for one another and grounding it in our body, embodying that. So if there's anything that you feel would be a support to you as a tool, I'd be so happy to help you.
Thank you, Tina. Let's see who's next on my little picture window here. Gwendolyn, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Gwendolyn Terra, and it's fun to be in a circle of people who have similar and unique ways of bringing forth things. And my self-title I've given myself is a mystic muse because that feels fun, and I really like bringing the spiritual into the creative, as do I know others in this circle do. And I've been doing sacred movement embodiment practices for over 25 years and conscious creation practices. And I on that path, I'm really consider myself kind of like an explorer. Like I really like to explore what's possible in our bodies and in our humanity. So I also do something called systemic constellations or family constellations. And I work with all of those tools because I really, like right now we're in a group field creating something, and I really value what we can do as when we're in collective field together. Even in the one-on-one, we create an amplified field of shifts. So I feel like I've been part of this awakening. I was in something called the Awakening Tribe for years, which did channeling work and earth healing work in the 90s. So I feel like I've been like on this path for a while. So part of what I am, and often when I do is spiritual mentorship, people that are walking on the path that need more support, because I've done this a long while and I really have a deep relationship with our roots and our earth. So embodiment to me is really embracing all of our earthiness, like really being connected into the earth and allowing that light current that we are, the expression that we are, to fully, be here through our hearts. So I actually call the work I do integration constellations, which builds off all these tools. But really definitely, and the other practice I've done so much is movement, sacred dance, guided dance, shamanic journey dance, ecstatic dance. So I bring this this love of being in the body, really being in the body with all the things that I do. So if you need, and our bodies actually carry all our stories, which is the thing I want to say. I'm somatic before they started using that word all the time, but understanding, tuning into our bodies and the wisdom that they carry is how we can really create the shifts and healing in this time. And then when we do that together, even your presence here right now, as Linda said a moment ago, we're creating something right now that's here for us and for the earth body, humanity that we're all part of. So just really moving that way. So yeah, and that's how our light lives through us. So yeah, and I do individual sessions too if you want support on that level. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Gwendolyn. And for those of you on the chat, you just saw that I posted on Sunday. Gwendolyn and I are going to be hosting a community constellations on Zoom. It'll be on this link. I'll send out an email, but it's at 4 p.m. Central, so mark your calendars. Even if you've never done constellations before, it would be great to be a part of it, to witness, because everyone is going to have massive, energetic, powerful healing movements from it. So it will be fascinating. Gwendolyn was telling me that another one of her practitioner acquaintances did one with over 200 people on Zoom. Was it last week? That was
Sunday.
Yeah. So
and the practice, I just want to acknowledge, it's like it's a living practice for us to tune into the different wisdoms on a different level together. It's almost like a group channeling and listening and seeing what's there. But we can go, when we do it together, we can go deeper into the ancestral pattern of what we're all doing. And it really, my experience of it is it just helps me have a deeper trust with life and what's happening. And it's a place for the deeper feelings that we can't even talk about to come through. So I just want to acknowledge that.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much, Gwendolyn. Oh, sorry. Africa, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. My name is Africa Archield. I really help spiritual entrepreneurs create a deeper impact and more profit in their business. You know, one of the main things, there's two things I really believe. The first is you are your business. As spiritual people, as light workers, what we do is part of who we are. And there's nothing separate there. So we always have to come together in community like this to get filled up, to get our energy straight, our mindset right, so that we can go and actually be of service to others. The other thing that I truly believe is that as we shift, we're doing a big economic shift right now. It's been coming and coming and coming. And I firmly believe as light workers, the more that we can shift the economy toward us, we will redistribute and not hoard. We're not a greedy group of people. So that's why it's deep impact and high profit, because I know those profits get plowed right back into communities, right back into places that really need it, wherever you are in your local community and country and other places abroad. So that's I use a lot of tools. I say that I'm an intuitive business coach. I use astrology. I use tarot. I use, over 20 years of business experience to bring all of that to bear. So I have, it feels like I have this really firm foot in kind of our 3D world and another foot in the 5D world. And I use my gifts to integrate those things together so that we can be in both places and lift one another up.
Beautiful, Africa. Yes. And you might have some wonderful things to share with us about the money thing later. So thank you for that. Yes, we always need some of our beautiful woo-woo sisters firmly planted in 3D as well to help some of us that aren't so much planted in the 3D. So thank you, Africa, for being that bridge. All right, let's see here. Cherie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, afternoon, everyone. Morning here. Is it? Yeah. I don't know where I am. Hi, I'm here though. Holy cow. Thank you for joining us. Wow, I'm an avid creator of spaces. My passion is to create spaces that feel great. So whether that's in our physical body, in our home, in our environment, in our work, I'm a channel, just a pure light channel, and I align energy, as I understand it, back to its natural state of well-being. So back to its natural state of pure flow and grace. It's a lot of fun. It's very easy for me, and I love doing it. I absolutely love doing it. So I work on all levels: the physical, spiritual, mental, emotional, generational, and basically I bring the energy or the spiritual world and the physical world together so that they can be in cohesion with each other, so that there is that flow, so that there's not this budding of resistance, which I've felt lately. So yeah, thank you, welcome, and yeah, really look forward to today. We're definitely shifting some amazing energy, and for those of you that are just joining the call, not as practitioners, just to let you know that us practitioners are definitely holding some amazing, very expansive states of energy for everyone, including ourselves, so that we may be at more peace. And like Africa said, trust and know that we don't need to hoard, okay, even in our bank accounts, to trust. And again, like Gwendolyn said, to trust that everything will come as we need it. It will show up. Yeah, so here's me showing up. Thank you.
Thank you, Cherie. I'm so glad you're on the call. Let's see, I think Shirley, there she is. Okay, Shirley, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Shirley Norwood. I used to live in Austin, Texas. Now I live in Portugal. I do body work. I work with essential oils. The thing that I am bringing and emphasizing on this call is I listen to people's hearts and help them connect to their hearts. So if there's anyone on this call who is interested, who just needs someone to listen to your heart, I'm going to post my email down there. I'm delighted to do that in all the different ways that I do. And in particular, if you notice that you have some negative beliefs that are not serving you right now, I would be delighted to work with you to help shift those. If you see my two kitties back here, those are Shadow and Grace. They love to participate in these calls and be present today. Oh, and you're probably going to ask us later, Linda, what we're sharing today. So is it okay if I just go ahead and start that round by saying, so I'm going to be sharing a tool from Heart Rhythm Meditation. And I will also post their website. So if you have tried meditation before, it hasn't worked so well for you, you might notice that focusing on your heart, breathing into your heart, will work well for you. So I'm going to post their website information and their free course on that if you want to check out and have more information about that.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Shirley. We always love having your heart here. She has such a beautiful, expansive heart container that holds everyone. So just to let everybody know, I think I got all of the practitioners. If there was a practitioner I missed, please open your your line so that you can introduce yourself. I'm sorry if I missed any. I think I got everyone. Okay. Yes, I did. Okay. So just to let everybody know who's on the call that we're all right now holding a higher consciousness light to really help support everybody wherever you're at right now, this moment concerning everything that's going on. So just know that if you stay open with an open heart today, and just in your heart, you just say, yes, I receive the blessings. Yes, I receive the gifts. Yes, I receive the awarenesses. Yes, I receive. If you just move into that state right now, so that you can receive all that is here for you. Know that only that which is in alignment with your higher self will be that which you receive. Nothing here is going to be received by you that doesn't serve you. So know that you are safe, you are held. So I'm going to call in a beautiful energy of love and light before we begin to really hold the space very strongly in a very strong energy field of light. And we're going to be calling in all your beautiful beings of light, your own spiritual teams to all be here as well, so that we can really create a beautiful amplified space for some really deep, profound healing and releases and activations for everyone. So I would just like everyone right now to just close your eyes. You can even turn off your cameras if you want. And then placing one hand over the heart just to bring you into your heart space. And just begin taking some really slow, deep breaths. Just breathe very consciously. Notice as you inhale, feel that life force as you breathe it into your body. Let all the cells of your body become oxygenated as you breathe in. Like really enjoy the inhale. And then allow yourself to deeply release with the exhale. So just a long, deep release, pushing all of that air out of the bottom of your lungs. And then taking another long, deep breath. And how much joy can you feel as you breathe in, as you inhale spirit, and then exhaling? And how much can you let go of right now? How much can you let go of in the mind? How much can you let go of the worry, the doubt, the fear, whatever may be going on in you right now? How much can you let go when you exhale? And then as you breathe in, how much can you enjoy that life force, breathing that into your body, letting that energize your body? And then exhaling again, releasing as much as you're willing to release right now, so that the mind begins to soften and get quiet. So just keep breathing very consciously. Enjoy your inhales. Enjoy the exhale now, enjoying the releases. Enjoy letting go of whatever doesn't need to be here for you right now. And then also enjoy receiving the life force, the breath. Exhaling out and enjoying the exhale, the releasing, so that you can enjoy the receiving and also enjoy the releasing. Like how much can you enjoy consciously breathing right now? And being grateful for your breath. Being grateful for what breath can do for your body, your mind, your heart, your spirit, to clear out the clutter in your energy field. So as you are breathing consciously, I want you to ground. So many of you have certain ways that you ground. So one simple way is to imagine yourself growing roots out the bottom of your feet, or allowing your tailbone to send roots down into the earth to ground. And just feeling yourself getting anchored into Mother Earth, feeling her beautiful, loving body, pulling your roots down into her. She loves to hold us and love us. So feeling yourself rooting into Mother Earth right now. Continuing to enjoy your breath as you root into the earth. And as you root in to Mother Earth right now, I just want you to make the statement out loud. Everyone's muted, so no one can hear you, but just say out loud so that you can hear it. I am here now. And I want you to repeat that statement a couple of times. I am here now. And just feel your body sink into the earth more. Feel your body becoming a little bit more heavy as you feel yourself dropping into the body. We are in a time where we need to bring these high vibrational frequencies into our body, embody our higher spiritual states in the physical body, so that we are effective divine beings walking on the planet. So if you are walking around with all of your energy floating above your head, you're not going to be very effective at this time. So we're bringing all these divine vibrations down into the body. I am here now. You're claiming your space in your body on the planet at this time. And now I want you to repeat, I am here now by choice. I am here now by choice. And just let that energy move. For some of you, you may have felt that you were not here by choice, but the truth is you are. And so we're just letting that energy move right now. I am here now by choice. And I don't mean here now on this video call by choice. I mean, you are here in a physical body as a spiritual being on this earth at this time by choice. Okay, so we're expanding this for you to understand what I mean here. You are here by choice, soul choice. Your soul chose to be here at this time. Even though maybe your mind has another idea or another story, the truth is your soul wanted to be here at this time on this planet. So I want you just to breathe that in and let move what wants to move, especially if you have any resistance to not being here or to being here. And you're noticing the resistance to that, just let that be here with love. Okay, now I want you to say, I am here now by choice and by love. I am here now by choice and by love. So just breathing that in. I am here now by choice, soul choice. And I am here by love. Because the truth is, that is your vibration. That is all of our vibrations. We are all here by love. Divine love created us. We are divine love, and we're being asked to vibrate that frequency of love more and more in our bodies as we serve, as we be here on this earth plane. So you are here by love. You were created by love. You are cause itself. You are that tone in the universe called love. So I really want you just to allow that transmission to just drop into your body, feeling your heart continuing to expand as you ground in to Mother Earth. And let Mother Earth's energy rise up your roots now, into your feet, into your legs, letting that beautiful energy fill up your womb space or the energy below your belly button. Then let that light rise into the heart, expanding your heart even more. And then letting that light rise right out the top of your head to connect to divine light 300 feet above you. So that you're connected not only to our beautiful Mother Earth, but you're also connected to the spiritual realm of truth. So we're just allowing this divine connection so that divine light flows through you. We're opening up a beautiful channel for source light to flow through you right now, down through your crown, through your whole body, down into the earth, sending that source light into Mother Earth so that she can also be supported. So just feeling that beautiful, soft, divine source light energy showering over you, through every cell of your body, washing over you. And we're just going to activate in this moment a beautiful energy of grace, asking grace to be here to surround each of you, all who will ever watch this replay. Allowing grace to surround your home, your family, your friends, your coworkers, strangers. Let this grace expand into your city, into your state, into your country. And then let this beautiful grace surround all of Mother Earth right now. We're just activating a beautiful frequency of grace for all of the planet at this time, surrounding every leader of every country, surrounding all of those who make laws and policy, surrounding our economic systems with grace, so that what does need to change, what does need to disassemble to be reassembled in a higher consciousness state, that it all be done with such grace. So we're just invoking grace for the whole planet, for every soul, so that all the changes that need to happen on this planet happen with grace and with as much ease as possible. Grace and ease. We're just calling that in right now as one beautiful circle of light. Just invoking grace and ease, just letting that energy flow through you. Grace and ease, grace and ease, grace and ease. For you, for your life, for all that are connected to you, and for this planet, and all those right now who are having to make important decisions around new systems that need to be put in place on the planet. So we're just calling that grace and ease in, because it can be graceful and it can be filled with ease. So we're just holding that beautiful frequency. That's all. No agenda. We're just holding that frequency of grace and ease. And we're just inviting it in. So just allowing yourself to just be in that state of grace and ease. Grace and ease. And just being grateful right here in this moment for the grace and for the ease that is already here for each of you and for the planet. And then continuing to breathe consciously. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to the circle, taking some slow, deep breaths. A lot of energy is moving for the whole group right now, so keep yourself grounded with those roots into the earth. And then I'm going to allow whoever feels guided, whichever light worker feels guided to go next, just unmute yourself and you can begin sharing.
Okay, then I will. Hi, everyone. I wanted to give everyone some practical, physical, and energetic tools to help you through this time. And as Linda was doing that little process, I was shifting some energy and getting a little bit of information for you all. And it's really important for everyone to remember that this is not quote unquote personal. A lot of things that you may be experiencing is not your stuff. It may be, you know, a grain of sand that is yours, and the rest of it is the whole collective. This universal hypnosis, this lie that has been present and been running through our systems for so long. So just to remember that when you go through times of resistance or you know, challenging or difficult or overwhelming moments, to remember that this is way beyond you and, you know, your little self and your personality. It's not personal. And to remember that, to take full responsibility. So this is the opportunity. And I myself have been noticing that this opportunity has given everyone a chance to stay with this shift. We actually almost aren't being allowed to run away anymore. And I was good at that in the past, so I understand. Excuse me, I'm a little clogged up. I've been creating spaces in my shed, which is loaded with dust. Anyway, so to take full responsibility and to keep remembering the truth that we are beings of light, and to, rather than go into story, especially if you're being triggered by someone close to you. Obviously, a lot of us are not being able to go to a place of work, so maybe at home with our loved ones, and there may be some amazing triggering happening. I've had some. And to remember that just say to each other, look, this is not personal, right? Just call it out. Call it out, and it very quickly diffuses any situation or that energy that is not of the truth. So call it out and say, you know what? This is beyond us. This is the collective field energy that we are shifting. So let's be conscious about it. Let's sit and be quiet and be still and meditate for 10 minutes. And boom, you will find things will shift so quickly if you just connect with divine energy. So straight up out of your crown, up to the divine, and just allow that to reveal itself. Allow the divine energy to reveal itself. Nothing else for you to do. Nothing. No effort required on your part. Everything you need will come to you. Another physical thing that will assist with that, connecting with the divine, is peppermint oil. Sniff a little bit of peppermint oil. You can put it on your crown. It really opens the crown chakra, and it's a good support for spiritual shifts, which we are all going through in a really big way. Water, drink plenty of water. If you're having an overwhelming moment or time, get in water. So whether it's a shower, a bath, soak your feet, and you can, if you are soaking anything, a little bit of good quality salt will also help ground you and support you in that shift. Also, just one question I wanted to ask everyone to be aware of when you come into these states of resistance or challenges. Just ask and let the question be there, what am I consenting to? Because we do live in choice. We have choice. So you can ask yourself, what am I consenting to? And just let it show up. So you might notice, 2 hours later when you're just doing the dishes and you're mindless, you're like, oh, I see how I have been consenting to that's causing me pain or is no longer serving me. So that's a really good tool, very powerful to know, to call it out. Again, to call it out. And I know Gwendolyn does a lot of this stuff, is to notice or call forth that which is not of the truth in her way. I think that's all for now. So much love and blessings to you all. I'm in it with all of you. But it's really exciting, I mean, it's just an opportunity. And if we keep remembering, this is just an opportunity for things to get better. That's it. So if you have to, like I did yesterday, lay on the floor and surrender. Literally, starfish, lay on the floor, open your heart chakra, and just allow that energy from the divine to converse, let's say, because you are the divine and the divine is you. So surrender is a really great tool as well. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Blessings.
Thank you so much, Cherie. So who would like to go next? So just whichever light worker is ready to go next.
Hello, everyone. I wanted to say a couple of things pretty quickly. And one of them was the thing that's really been coming to me. I'm always about get out into nature, right? We're all still allowed to go outside in some capacity. Make sure that you're integrating it with nature, and that just helps with the grounding and everything. And if you're able to get somewhere where you can actually put your bare feet on the bare ground, it will be so amazing for you. And then I like how Cherie was talking about getting into your body, and Gwendolyn earlier was talking about being in your body. And I think dance is so important right now, dancing and singing, and that really helps to raise your vibration. One of the things, I just released a video today, actually, for my full moon business energy reading, and I talk about finding your theme song. Like, take this opportunity to find that theme song and use it and play it over and over and over again. It will help you not only get into a higher vibration, but kind of blow back. I don't know if that's the best word, but it's the word that's coming. Blow back some of the other energy that's being bombarded on you, right? It helps you differentiate your energy from other people's energy. And I know for me, that's been very difficult. I've been really meditating recently because my daughter had a, and thankfully Linda was there, because I was starting to spin out. And I know it's like in the middle of a pandemic, my child had this incident where we're constantly going to the hospital. Within a week and a half period of time, we went to the hospital, the ER 6 times. It was stressful, just because it's my kid, of course, right? But I realized I was taking on everyone's energy in that hospital over and over and over again for all the times we were going between there and doctor's offices and whatnot. And it became difficult for me to separate that energy from myself. Even though I know better, even though I know how to shield, sometimes the tools that we have that we know that work go out the window, and we need a reminder. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons I would encourage you and encourage others that you know to come to this gathering, because it's that shift that we need with everything else going on to bring us back to center. Again, because sometimes we just forget in the midst of things. We forget to check in. And so I have to say, in that moment, I was so glad that Linda reached out to me and just texted. She texted at the right moment. Sometimes, just as light workers do, we text someone else at that exact moment they need it. And it allows them to come out of the chaos, come into the eye, and be calm, because there's so much peace and calm in that eye of the storm. And I think times we forget about that too. There's a lot of peace, there's a lot of peeling back the veil that can happen when you just sit and center and you can really see what's going on. So I would encourage you to really, again, tap into this, tap into whoever light workers that are around you, so that they can help you move through this. It's really just a transitional period, right? It will be over, but as it's over, we're going to be needed so much more out in the world. There's going to be so many people looking for our light. So use this transitional period as preparation. I kind of went all over the place with that. I apologize. It is. Sometimes it comes. And I thought about because you said maybe I'll talk about the money stuff. I don't know if you want me to talk about that now, or if you want me to wait, or if I should just do that at a different time.
Yeah, talk about the money now. Why not?
All right, so yesterday when we were gathering, most of the people on the panel that we talked about, I came in, I talked about some information about the stimulus bills going on. So this is the 3D part, right? So there's two bills or two things you can do if you have a business right now. Item number one is something that is always available at times of economic distress, and it's called the EIDL loan. It's through the Small Business Administration. So you would go to like sba.gov, okay? And right now with that EIDL loan, they've done some streamlining of it. And that loan, just in general, so you know, it's at 3.5% interest. It is somewhat credit-based. Your personal, like you will have to do a personal guarantee with it. But the initial application's pretty short. And then if they approve the initial application, they will deposit $10,000 into your account. Then you go on to the rest of the stage of the applications, and if some point along the way that application's not approved, then they will forgive. well, not forgive, but you don't have to pay the $10,000 back. So I guess forgiven for all intents and purposes. So that's item number one. And that is always there if there's an economic disaster in your area. So right now it's a global pandemic, so everyone's affected, right? But it could be there's a flood and that disrupts your business, or a tsunami or a hurricane or whatever. You get the point. Fire in your area. So that's always there. And that application is always through the SBA. So SBA.gov. The other one is called, as part of this new stimulus package that was signed last week, part of the CARES Act, is called PPP. It's a payroll protection loan. And it's a loan that can then be converted into a grant. It is not, there's no personal guarantee associated with it. They look at, for all intents and purposes, your revenue, the money that you have coming into your business. Most of us are self-employed. I don't know if anyone here has staff that they pay 1099 or that are on payroll, because it would change a little bit differently that way, okay? Yes, Tina, I think, oh wait, I'll come back to that question. Otherwise I'll get confused in my brain. All right, so this one, like I said, they're looking at your revenue. Most banks are looking at February 2019 through February 2020, that period of time. So they would add up your revenue, divide it by 12, right? They're looking at 12 months, and look at the average monthly revenue you've had, okay? And then they're giving you 250% of that. So they would, in essence, multiply that number times 2.5. So whatever that would be the amount of the loan. The way to get the loan converted into a grant is to use it to pay the people in your company, that being you. So as long as you pay yourself that money, then it will be converted into a grant. And that's, again, as I say, free money. So that's, you know, like a very big piece is what's going on. The thing to remember about the PPP, the payroll protection loan, you must go to your bank. So wherever they have verified by the day. So if you're by the working with bank that is. So you just need to ask a few questions, press a little bit more. The other piece, for those of you who have mortgages, if you have a mortgage on your home, you can ask for a 6-month forbearance. Now, I know some lenders already are coming back and going, oh, well, we'll do 3 months and then we'll give you a balloon payment at the end of the 3 months for what you owe us. That is not how a forbearance works. And that's not what's talked about under the act that was just signed. It's 6 months of forbearance, which means essentially put your mortgage on pause for 6 months, and then you pick it back up again. So if we're supposed to pay off your mortgage January of 2050, it'll be June of 2050. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay, so I saw a couple of questions, and if it's okay, I'll try my best to answer them. Can you do both at the same time? But I'm thinking the PPP and the EIDL loan. Yes, they can be both applied for at the same time, and I encourage you to do so. They've been turning down a lot of people for the EIDL loan, but it doesn't mean that you shouldn't apply. Right? Let's see. Yeah. I'm thinking that banks are going to require that you apply online instead of going in person. Totally. Because that just makes sense. I think, okay, so if you have people that you have contractors that you work with, you tend to pay them every month, you could start applying for that PPP loan today if your bank is set up. Some of them are not. They're trying to get those online applications together. If you're a sole proprietor, you don't have anyone else you're paying or anything like that, right? Then you're going to go ahead and apply on April 10th. And by then they should have those applications set, so there shouldn't be a problem for that. If you rent instead of having a mortgage, it doesn't apply, but it might be something good to share with your landlord. They might not know, because and I say this because I know my husband called our mortgage company because he was trying to think of different things to do. And they said, oh, you know what? You could do the 90 days, we'll balloon it, or we'll put it out over 6 months so you make higher payments. And he's like, I'd rather just refinance the house, right? So like, that's cool. But when I sat and I talked to him, I'm like, this is actually what they wrote into law because of this. So if you decide not to refinance, you can still go forward this way. And so your landlords might be getting the same kind of crazy runaround with their bank. And I'm not saying that the banks are trying to be greedy. I'm saying, which they may or may not be, right? They look out for their bottom line too. But a lot of them, I think, just may not understand the finer details of what was written into law. That makes sense. Yeah. So if you have any other questions, you can shoot me an email, and I'll put my email in the chat. That's it. Thank you, Linda.
Yes, thank you so much, Africa. I know that we could go on forever about the financial part because everybody's worried about that. So, but thank you for those very important points. So now I would like to open it up to who would be the next light worker that wants to share.
I will. So what I'd like to share with you today is a way to easily connect heart to heart, especially when we're having our shelter in place or lockdown or social distancing that we're having right now. We may feel separate from or separated, a feeling of separation or loneliness from people that we love and care about. So this is a tool from the Heart Rhythm Meditation. I did type that information into the chat box a little earlier about how to go to their website. They have lots of resources. What you do is very much like something Linda had us do in our guided meditation earlier, and that is breathing into your heart. Really focus your breath. So before you connect with another's heart, you want to be connected yourself to your own heart. So if you want to go along with this right now, you can leave your eyes open if that's more comfortable. You can close your eyes if that helps you to concentrate, to be more focused on this. As you breathe into your heart, you might do it just as deeply as you can, and then hold that breath just for a moment. As you do that, you might begin to have a sense of your heartbeat, or not. It's fine either way, but just having that awareness of your heart, and then letting your breath all the way out. As you do a next breath, and you're breathing in, just feel, as Linda suggested, like you're breathing in light. You're breathing in love. You're breathing in from the infinite source and supply of light and love. So you can breathe in all you can receive. Just breathing in that. So, and as you're letting your breath out, again, letting it out as fully as you can imagine just flowing out of you anything you're ready to let go of, any fear, any shadows, any darkness. So just doing that comfortably. We'll do that right now a couple of times, and then I'll add in the instructions about connecting to the heart of another. So just breathing in and exhaling. And again, breathing in light and love. And exhaling anything that you're ready to let go of. And as you are feeling yourself connected with your own heart, just picture, feel, hear, whatever sense works for you, someone in front of you that you want to connect with. Now, often we can connect with people's hearts with some kind of intention. In this case, the only intention you have is that of connection. So you're not trying to change or heal or support this person. You're actually just connecting with them. So on your inhale, you imagine drawing the energy of their heart into your heart. Just the energy from their heart into your heart. And as you exhale, feel that energy going through your heart and back to them. So let's just do that a couple of times, breathing in, feeling the energy of the other's heart flowing through yours. And on the exhale, imagine sending that energy back to their heart. Now, our hearts are very powerful. So as we draw the energy of another's heart and send it through ours, there's kind of a, I guess I would say, a cleaning that goes on. So if there's anything in that other person's heart that they're ready to let go of, that they're ready to release, as it flows through your heart acts like kind of a filter, filtering out anything that they are ready to release. And then as that energy flows back to them, it flows back to them with the love, the purity, the pure energy that's come through your heart. So, as I said, this is just, the purpose of this really is just connection. You're basically just holding that other person in your heart for the moments that you're breathing. So often how I do this is, and I think all of us have had the experience of someone we haven't thought of in ages just kind of randomly pops into our mind. I mean, it might even be somebody we went to grade school with, or, someone we haven't thought of in a long time. And so when someone pops into my heart like that kind of random thing, I just use this breath 3, 4, 5 times, just wherever that person is, whatever their circumstance is right then. I don't need to know anything about that. I simply imagine them in front of me and breathing that energy from their heart through my heart and sending that energy back to them. So that's the thing I have to share. Thank you all so much, and make use of that anytime. And just in case you missed it, I will type the information again into the chat for the Heart Rhythm Meditation website and all their lovely free resources and daily meditations and so forth that they have. Blessings to all of you.
Thank you so much, Shirley. That was such a beautiful tool. Wow, I felt that very deeply. Gorgeous. Thank you. Let's see. We have a couple more light workers who would like to go next.
I think I'm ready to follow that beautiful meditation from Shirley. Thank you so much. This is another healing tool. And again, there's no agenda with it. It's just staying open to allowing for more spaciousness in the heart. It's continuing that. But it is coming from the Kundalini Yoga tradition, and I'm going to type it in. It's Ra, ma, da, sa, sa, se, so, hum. And it is an ancient chant, so it may become your theme song that Africa mentioned before. It is a beautiful, beautiful song that you can play in the background, and I included a link that I thought is just so beautiful that you can just play it while you're walking around, and it's just very, very soothing. So Ra means sun, Ma means moon, Da means earth, and Sa means the infinite consciousness, like infinite potential. Anything is possible beyond what we can even imagine. And then you're actually connecting to all of that. You're connecting to the beauty of the earth. You're connecting to the spaciousness and infinite potential of the universal consciousness. And then you're connecting to your own infinity, which is so vast, this is the time of doing that, of really realizing and embodying that. And then hung means vibrating and real. So we talked about what was illusion, Cherie mentioned before. Here we're bringing in what's real, what's truly real right now. So we're connecting to the things that are alive and real, that are in this beautiful earth and world, and the potential of where we're headed, and also within ourselves. And we're merging with that. So this is a beautiful mantra. It's called a mantra. It's a chant from a very old yogic chant. So I'm going to chant this with you. You can do it in many different ways. If you can just bring your left hand over your right, palms facing up, and just rest in your lap. And just allow yourself to continue to close your eyes and go deep. And you can just listen to, I'm going to sing this with you for a little bit. And then just notice the effect of the sound along with your breath, but just feel the effect of the sound, this beautiful sound upon you and your environment. And if it helps you, just imagine the whole world receiving it too. Okay. So just go ahead and close your eyes. And again, you can join me on your own if you'd like. It's Ra, Ma, Da, Sa, Sa, Se, So, Hum. So spine straight. If you're on a yoga mat, you could do this cross-legged as well. Ra, Ma, Da, Sa, Sa, Se, So, Hum. Inhale. Ra, Ma, Da, Sa, Sa, Se, So, Hum. Deep inhale in between. Ra, Ma, Da, Sa, Sa, Se, So, Hum. Ra, Ma, Da, Sa, Sa, Se, So, Hum. And close your eyes just above it, where the eyebrows meet, the brow point, about an inch in. Inhaling. Ra, Ma, Da, Sa, Sa, Se, So, Hum. Ra, Ma, Da, Sa, Sa, Se, So, Hum. Ra, Ma, Da, Sa, Sa, Se, Ramadasa sa se soham. Inhale deeply. Ramadasa sa se soham. Just keep breathing now and let the sound just kind of percolate into the cells of your body. Just receiving fully what is real from your own wisdom and knowing. And that of the earth and all of us. Just notice. Stay inward. So whenever you need to come back to yourself, this is a tool to help you also stay connected to the beautiful earth and to all that is real in each one of us, but also anchoring into your own knowing. And then you can do a longer meditation in silence afterward. And like I said, you can play this in the background while you're doing the dishes, just to support the environment. And when you're ready, open your eyes and just know what it feels like to be fully here and real.
Thank you, Tina. That was very beautiful and relaxing. All right, let's see here. I think, Gwendolyn, are you our last one, or do we still have one more? I think you're it.
Been waiting. So all this beautiful energy. So let's really stay connected to what we just opened, right? So feeling our expanded self, our hearts, and in our bodies, and feeling even the circle that we are. And if you're watching this later, feeling the energy of this circle, right? So there's this bigger field, this bigger energy that's holding us, and this bigger, the I am here presence inside of us, right? Really feeling that here. And as you do that, I just invite you to put your hand on your heart or your chest, wherever you feel guided. And I just invite you to ask what part of you is needing your attention right now. And let the most vulnerable part have a moment, right? There's so much going on, and only when we feel connected and safe can we open in the most vulnerable ways. And just for a moment, imagine that vulnerable part of yourself just sitting here next to you. It could be that you have fear about something, but what's needing attention in your heart and your body right now? And just allow it a place to be here, because there's this expanded self that we all are, and there's this very human self, and our little aspects are navigating some unknown terrain, right? So just for a moment, imagine that part of you just here next to you, and just give it your full love, your full presence. And if you want to type it in the chat, if there's a word or a feeling, it could be shame, it could be, not wanting to be happy when other people are sad. It could be tired. Just let your bigger self have some space, like this, have some space for this part of you. And it might not be your child, it might be your inner parent that's exhausted. Sometimes it's our inner child that needs attention, but often it's our inner parent that needs some support, right? Or our inner teenagers that feels trapped right now. So really letting that part of you be welcome. Be welcome. And it might be all of them in the house, right? We're in this house and all of our parts are here and we're really getting to be with them. From this, and the invitation is to meet them from this loving, compassionate place. We are going to get spun out, as Africa said. We're connected to all of our humanity. And Cherie, it's okay. And to feel the part of us that knows our connectedness to source and light, and that also allows the earth to be here to hold us. So we are being held by the earth and the sun, like we just sang in, right? But also feel these vulnerable parts, and they really need our love. And just giving yours some attention. And for a moment, as you look at this part, just imagine you're looking at it, you're just sitting next to it. Just first ask this part, what is it wanting you to remember? What is it wanting you to remember right now? Right? There's something that maybe we've cut off from, that's something we need to integrate. So what is it wanting you to remember? For over 20 years ago, I used to call my sessions remembering sessions. What part of me is needing to be included back into wholeness? Because that is our movement for the whole. So acknowledging that some of it belongs outside and some of it's ours. And just for a moment asking, like, let that part of you come a little closer. Just imagine it's there, but like bring it in. Like, okay, you can come closer. And also let any part that one's been carrying that might belong to others, like let's say it's your fear, like Cherie was talking about, and let any of that go out, like go back to where it belongs. So you're kind of creating your own little membrane of a cell, right? Did this yesterday. It was like a veil that's just your little home space here in your body. And it can hold what belongs to you. And the other stuff can just kind of sit just outside the veil. It's here. We can all see it. But really just letting yourself love whatever's here. And really, if there's something else that you might be resisting loving, that's the other question that'll take it even deeper, is what am I resisting loving right now? Yeah. And just in this moment, in this circle we've created together in this energy field, letting it have a space. And you're not trying to fix it or change it. You're just saying, oh, this is here. You're actually giving it loving presence. You're being the loving presence of source, of the earth and the heavens. And the earth is so much bigger than us individual humans are. This is a wise being that we are in and part of. Yeah, so just being with yourself and just giving it your love. Just see it with love. And if you want to, you can even say, I see you. I hear you. I'm listening. And I'm here with you. And just allowing that energy to be included. This act of inclusion is wholeness, is oneness. And as we do it inside of ourselves, we're actually doing it for each other in the circle and for our humanity. So just letting yourself, and just let yourself do whatever movement in your body feels like a welcoming or a touching in, and it might just be you're just touching fingers, whatever it is, it lets this one know it's connected. Yeah. And just breathe it in. I love what people are doing. You can move and stretch your body. Let yourself breathe that in. Like feel yourself here with that part. Like you don't need to cut off. You can open to. And then even with this membrane, you can open to life, but you have a membrane of relationship, of connection. So feel that energy too. Like there's me and there's all of it, and we're all in this, and I have a sense of where I am and what my spark, my charge of energy is in the world. And we can sing our theme song. And yeah. Ooh, and the other piece, just really feeling that. Are there any awarenesses that want to be mentioned in the messages? Yeah. Ooh. Just want to say the astrology of this time, there's no hiding. It's like full transparency. And we're having the light come into, so Jupiter, which is expansion, and the light, there's the sun is also light. Jupiter's expansion light, it's coming straight into Pluto, which is deep in the earth, the deep feminine, and it's the death, the rebirth. It rules sexuality, money, power, control. We're bringing the light into every aspect of that in ourselves and in our humanity. And the exact alignment of that is happening to the exact second tomorrow, which Linda will talk a little bit about. But if you can go in prayer at that time, it's really important. It's the first of 3 crosses because Jupiter is going to retrograde. So we're really having to be with ourselves. Yeah. Yeah. And then the connection that Tina brought in. So get this, the planet, the love planet, Venus, with all her love, she's been in Taurus, Taurus helping us really have to love our bodies and love our earth. And what do we value about our bodies and the earth? And as of today, she goes into Gemini, which is the sign of connection and communication. So we're bringing the love into our connection and our communication from a self, we have to kind of be with ourselves in our own space, but now we're bringing the love into the communication and the connection. And I feel like there's something really precious about that, you know, in this movement at this time, that it happens right here as Jupiter and Pluto meet up. It's like right here, we're going to do this and we're going to do it together. Like that's what was heavenly about this call, is we all have so many gifts, but getting to go last, which is often fun for me in a group, is that there's so many pieces I can share, but someone else can carry that piece. And then I get to carry another. And it's lighter for all of us as we do this together. Did everyone feel how it got lighter just as we acknowledged the things that needed attention? It shifted because when we can actually be with these parts and be together, this is part of the new world we're creating. These are part of the tools of creation, is like Cherie, to tune into ourselves, to listen, and then to tune into our hearts, to feel each other's hearts, to tune in with the earth and the sun, right? To know where our ground is, know how our resources work with each other, right? Africa, and know our song, and to sing together. Right? We're going to do this together. We're not alone. We're in this together. We hear that again and again, but this is the actual awakening, is that we are in this together. That's the Aquarian age. Yeah. And feeling what it's like to, yeah, thank you, Tina. The vulnerability of seeing the thing we're scared of, the thing that doesn't want to be seen, with each other. There's something precious in that. So I just want to acknowledge that. Yeah. Yeah. And acknowledging our humanness at this time, compassion for it in ourselves, right? In this together, it's from compassion with ourselves, and each other. Yeah. So yeah, so this allows the energy to flow in your body differently. So, you know, keep feeling that, let it be here, right? As we go into this weekend, and there's a timing to the prayer, and there's a timing to the constellation that we're offering on Sundays. We don't really know what Sunday's going to be like till we're in Sunday, because each day is pretty mind-blowing these days. For me, at least, it's like, whoa, wow, this is April and that was March. What, you know? Each day I feel like is a practice. Yeah, so thank you all for going there with me, and may we be nourishing in ourselves at this time. And yeah, and feel that weave. And the other thing I just want to mention, that Shirley and I have co-created a Wednesday circle, if you would like to be a part of it, and actually in a little smaller group, really work with our pieces and what's here, and constellate and shift. So that's on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Central, 11 Pacific. So if you want to know more about that, you can message me or Shirley. Yeah, and thank you all for what you held, because that's how we did it. Everyone holding their heart, letting their hearts open and their bodies open a little more, gave that to all of us. All of us. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Gwendolyn. And we actually have another light worker on our call today, Carmen. Carmen, did you want to share that beautiful affirmation with the group? If you feel comfortable doing that, you can unmute yourself. Where's Carmen?
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Here she is.
So I meditate a lot, like a lot of us, and this particular mantra came to me in December when I was actually asking for guidance about how to support my physical self. And as I kind of really thought about it, I realized how much relief I felt in my body when I admitted that I feel unsafe sometimes. And I feel like the times that we're in right now require people finding their safety. And so this has been a really helpful tool for me as we continue to move through the times that we're in. So I just say to myself, and I, live in a family, so it's very helpful for everyone to, I am safe, I am eternal, and I keep repeating it until I find that groundedness within myself. And then I seal it with, I am love, I am love, I am love. And I just think it's simple, and it applies to anybody from any tradition, can pick it up and use it if they find it helpful.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Carmen, very much. Gwendolyn?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention, thank you, Carmen. It's really beautiful that our physiology is wired to feel safe when there's another around. So when I'm the somatic stuff, so we need each other, this communication and connection, even if it's just a phone call. There are ways our bodies won't let us feel what's here unless there's another human present, or at least another animal. But another human actually causes our body to go in, allows us to go into relaxed state somatically that we can't do by ourselves. So we need these prayers, and we need them. We can connect with spirit and feel a certain connection, but there's a physiological thing that happens when there's another human there with us, even in the same room, that allows our bodies to go into a safer response. So that's an important thing to be aware of. Even if we're just sitting in meditation, like Cherie said, we don't have to be doing anything, but another being really shifts that. So when we did that together, we all felt like, oh, we're a little safer. And that tool, we can do that individually and we'll still feel safer, right? Because we'll have spirit. But there's something we give when we stretch, when we lean into each other. And there's something about that I'm really experiencing, about how do I make sure I keep leaning in a little bit and know that there are others there with me. And that's a big, like, some of us are good at that, but some of us are good leaders and we're not always good at leaning in, saying, I need someone else to be there with me for a moment. And we don't even need to do anything, like Shirley, we can just breathe, right? But I just want to acknowledge that, because it's so important at this time for us to remember that, like, because it's not an isolation thing. It's a connection through a stronger sense of self thing. It's a different And I just want to acknowledge how physical that literally is.
Yes, beautiful. I'm glad that was opened about the safety and how we feel much safer when we're in the presence of another soul to help process through everything. Beautiful. I want to make sure I gave everybody a chance to speak, and I also wanted to see if there was any questions in the group. So if there is anything that anyone wants to ask, you can type it into the chat, and we'll do our best, or you can direct it to a particular practitioner if there's a question or something coming up for you that you're needing some clarity on at this time. So we're just going to take a couple of questions if people have those. And if there's any last bits of wisdom that any of the light workers want to share, we also have a little bit of time for that too. So I just wanted to make sure everybody has had a chance to share or ask. Okay, I guess not. Okay, Tina.
I just wanted to say that, I've done a lot of grief work on my own and with others over the years. And we might have some lingering pieces that we're grieving. And so that's what was really, really clear to me. Like, yeah, you do that on your own really well, Tina, but no, like my guidance is like, no, call that person. Make sure there's someone you call almost every day, or call someone when you're out taking a walk. If you feel led to do that, I keep hearing that guidance is, no, you're not going to process it the same way. It's a whole new ball game. So just really trust that, and that someone is going to benefit from you calling them, and just allow that to happen. Like Gwendolyn was saying, you're just listening or breathing with someone or being with someone, but there was this sense of, no, you need to do that differently. So just be aware of what might be coming up differently during this time, that it feels like a new way of being that wants to be known to you in your body as being a person.
On that grief note, I just want to mention one, that many of us could support that process in individual sessions. I just want to say that. And then when we collectively feel, we can also do that. So the constellation is going to be really powerful. And the collective grief is profound. Our way of doing things is dying. Some of it's dead, but it's dying. And there is a birth happening, but there is a death. And processing grief is not something that just happens. We can't control how we process grief. We can invite spaces to meet each other, but grief doesn't just like go on some schedule or something. And everyone we know is in grief on some level, right? Everyone we know is in grief on some level. So there's being with that. Like we need each other through this. Yeah, and yeah, if people want to work with, many of us could do individual work to support that process. I could. And when we're here in this moment, I'm really grateful that we met in that place, right? And that knowing that when we allow that place to be here, then what we started with Linda is that opportunity to receive more. Yeah.
Oh, aren't we all so blessed? I'm just feeling so blessed to be on this call, to know all these beautiful souls, and for all the souls that are here. I just feel all of your beautiful hearts and energy, and I just want to acknowledge all of you, even those of you that maybe I don't personally know, for being here. I'm going to send this out as a replay so that you can send it off to everyone you know of who you feel can benefit from these conversations and these tools. And I also want to remind everyone and invite everyone, this is so important. So they are trying to gather at least 1 million meditators for this Saturday, April 4th or 5th, depending where you live in the world. So at 9:45 p.m. Central Time, okay, so you're going to have to translate that into whatever time zone you're in right now, but on April the 4th at 9:45 p.m. Central. And like I said, change it around to whatever time you are in, time zone you're in. They want us to gather for 20 minutes of meditation, silent meditation. So on Saturday night, which is tomorrow, right? I'm already lost with time. At 9 p.m., I'm going to have a Zoom gathering for anyone who wants to join online. So we're going to be doing another Zoom call. I'll send out the link. It'll be the same link. And we're going to jump on at 9 to get ourselves prepped and prepared. I'll talk a little bit about the astrology, and if Gwendolyn wants to be on that call, she can also come on and share a little bit about that astrology that's happening on the 4th. And we're going to kind of prep, do a little bit of breathing work to get ourselves into a really calm state to sit for 20 minutes together, along with the rest of the world, and for 20 minutes of divine silence, to be able to hold this higher space of love and light. So for those of you who've never meditated before, it doesn't matter. Just jump on the call and we'll prep you. And then at 9:45, I'll hit the timer. And for 20 minutes, we'll all gather in silence, allowing divine source to flow through us, inviting grace in, so that whatever is the highest and best for us as a humanity and as a planet, whatever that is, we want that to flow in. So invite all your friends, invite everybody you know. Maybe you're part of another group that's doing the meditations. That's great. Doesn't matter. Or if you just want to do this by yourself, just put it on your calendar. If you are Central Time, it's at 9:45 p.m. They want as many, I feel it's going to be way more than just 1 million people, actually, that are going to be sitting in silence for 20 minutes. So I encourage all of you, no matter what time it is in whatever part of the world, just set an alarm, get up, be silent for 20 minutes, connect your heart to the world, to humanity, to our earth, and be there in that quiet allowing, that divine flow of source. There are people out there setting up some intentions and things along those lines. The message that I'm getting right now is to not have your own particular egoic agenda about what you think needs to happen on the planet. That's just our egos talking. The truth is, there is a higher plan happening, a higher God plan happening right now that goes beyond any of our abilities to understand. So what the message I keep getting is just hold the light. Just be that beautiful channel of pure light flowing through you to the earth, to all of humanity, and let divine source just flow through you so that you can let source do its beautiful work through you tomorrow on this meditation call, instead of holding your own specific, intentions for what you think the world needs to do. So that's just my invitation. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. So anyway, anybody else have anything about the Saturday meditation? Yes, Gwendolyn?
Just that we don't have to think what other people are thinking, but just that we're tuning into the collective field together, and that I've actually had this vision for over 20 years, and there's been lots of world prayers. But this one, because of what's happening right now, and everyone actually can stay home and sit and do this because, what else are they doing? And but I've seen this vision of humans all dropping at the same moment in time. It came through a movie story that I saw, but it was a vision 22 years ago of what it is to tune into. So in that prayer, we're being present, but we're tuning into ourselves and the earth and spirit, and we're all doing this together. Like we're all listening together and really feeling that connectedness across the earth body. And this is what's going to shift it. Like this is how we can create, not by our action of creation, by being fully present in tune with, we can shift into the next steps. And that is really important because I feel like we're at a very powerful choice point. So what we hold at this time really matters. And listening. Yeah.
Exactly, listening. This is something we don't do very well. So sitting for 20 minutes and just saying, for me, I like to just sit quietly and I just say, God, source, light, whatever you want to call that divine source that created you, I just say, I'm here, I'm listening. I'm here, I'm listening. And then I just go as quiet and as silent as possible. And that helps me to get centered. And if I start to wander off, I'll go, okay, wait, I'm here, I'm listening. And I just bring myself back. I keep practicing that. So anyway, okay, thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Blid. Thank you, everybody, for all the beautiful comments, the beautiful magic and love that's here today. Each week, the circle feels so different. It's so fascinating. I'm just loving it. So yeah, so anyway, invite other people to be on this call next Friday at 1 o'clock. We will have the light workers that are able to be here and share their love and their light. If you are a light worker who would like to join our circle and offer a gift, then please get a hold of me directly. And I would love to invite you to be part of the Friday gifts. And we also have a practitioner gathering on Thursdays, just for the practitioners, so that we can really support ourselves as we're going through what we need to do to support others. So if you want to be part of that, let me know as well. All right. Yes, Gwendolyn.
I just want to say, I just put a link in. I mixed a dance for my ecstatic dance tribe last weekend for this time. So if you want to actually go, it's a full dance. So if you want to drop into your body and have a real dance, it's only a few of the songs have words, but it's an offering to this time. So it has a lot of good juju. And if you need a dance, it's free on Mixcloud. And if you go there and you follow me, then you can get some of my other, I have song mixes and dance mixes there. So if you need some inspirational song mixes, you might find your theme song, because in my song mixes, there's a lot of great songs. But yeah, so this is, and they're all free on Mixcloud, but this is the link to the one I created for this time. So if you want to move.
Yes, exactly. Yay. So I'm going to be sending out some new transmissions very soon. I'm in the process of getting those recorded. I'm learning all this new technology that is really pushing my comfort zone. So anyway, you'll be getting some more of those fun things very soon. So I want to say thank you to all the beautiful light workers, to all the beautiful souls that were on this call. I'm going to process this video and get it up for replay. You can go visit my YouTube channel to grab it and send it off and send it to everyone you know, put it on social media. We're all here to really help each other during this time period. So don't make an assumption that one of your traditional people might not get benefit from this. So be willing to just share it. If it doesn't fit for someone, that's fine. They just won't watch it. But I'm hearing that we really need to begin allowing ourselves to share all of our tools, everything we have to help each other right now. So I just encourage that even more. All right, well, sending so many blessings, filling everybody in so much love and so much light, saying thank you to all the divine beings of light that were here today to hold us in this divine circle. Thank you to all the light workers. Thank you to all the souls who will ever watch this replay. And with that, I just say thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Satnam, everyone.
Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome. Bye, everybody.